Yo, 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 it's your favorite anime slash manga enjoyer Shields here, and this is probably going to be a shorter video, not a lot to talk about here, but I wanted to get this video out here because obviously, new chapter of Berserk, we got to talk about it, and gosh, as a struggler, this one was hard to read. We are struggling hard with chapter 367 of Berserk. Spoilers, obviously. Let's just get right into it. The chapter starts off with Guts and Zod going at it, to which Zod catches Guts off guard with a paw and knocks him back. And we cut to a scene that I'm guessing this scene takes place. It's a little flashback, I'm guessing, probably like right when Griffith arrived on the island. This is when this scene happens. So we cut to a scene with Isidro, Isma, and Serpico helping out Lady Danan. And as they're walking away from her, Lady Danan falls to the ground, clutching her chest. And they're like, "What's wrong? What's going on, Lady Danan?" And she mentions how they're coming back and they're going to spring from the earth. I don't know what they are, but obviously I believe, and a lot of fans believe, that she's talking about the God Hand. I think she saw a grim future where the God Hand are going to come back onto Earth and just wreak havoc. It also kind of like let that lens into that narrative with the next page cuts directly to Griffith like approaching Casca. So to me, I was like, oh, I think that like she sees that like oh the God Hand's here and it's all about to go down. And like I mentioned in my last video, everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now in Elfhelm. So we then cut back to Guts, who is going straight at Griffith now. Zod's not interrupting him, so he's got a straight line at Griffith, and he goes to attack Griffith, and it looks like he lands a hit right on his shoulder, but Griffith blocks it and is completely unfazed. Now, this page right here is a little debated about already, and people think that he stopped swinging because Costco was right there as Griffith was holding her. So he saw Costco and was like, "Oh yeah, don't want to slice her apart too." So he stopped mid swing. But I think it was Griffith blocking it. Either way, I'll be fine with either one because I think either one makes sense. But I'm just gonna say I think it was Griffith blocking it with some like nasty god hand powers. So that's my guess there. But then immediately a bunch of cherry blossoms and the ground starts shaking and Guts like, what the hell's going on? And it just crumbles apart. To which Farnice and Shrike fall down. Guts is also falling, and we see a little silhouette. And then the last page of the chapter, which is Griffith holding Casca in his hands as Zod is in the back. And that is where chapter 367 ends. Like I said, pretty short chapter, but there is a good bit to talk about here, and that is Casca. Why can't they just leave Costco alone? Why? Why do they have to make us struggle even more? I mean, we were just here. Everything was good, everything was fine, and now we're interrupted and we're going to be thrown right back. Now, a lot of people are talking about, oh, Casca looks like she's like liking it and passed out in Griffith's arms. Like, no, she is straight knocked out. So let's not even get into that. She's knocked out right now, I'll tell you that. Knocked out cold. And Griffith, what this last page tells me, I believe Griffith is going to hop on Zod and take her back to Falconia. And we're going to have to go to Falconia and fight Griffith there because we only have, I believe, 3 chapters left in Elfhelm. So that's kind of tough to think about. However, there is some good news here. We haven't seen Skull Knight yet, and there is a couple other like strong people and wizards on the island that we haven't seen yet. So they could possibly do something maybe and help get Casca back. That is like what I'm really, really hoping for. But I think what this chapter is doing is setting the tone that Casca's gone again, and our next arc is going to be a Casca retrieval arc. So that's what I think that this chapter left off with, but we'll see next month, next chapter. Great chapter. Shout out Studio Gaga and Koji Mori. Thank you again, and I'll see you next month.